Yeah. It's gym therapy. Yeah.
Freestyle.
Yeah, it's that.
I feel so lost without it.
Right.
What's up, y'all? This is Coach Troy, Passport Troy with Passport Fitness. And welcome to another edition of Gym Therapy, where we try to help people reach what we call the five goals of life, growing spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, and physically. So we have some special guests today. I want to introduce to you first my co-host, Coach Mike, Motivational Mike. Why don't you give him a little something, man?
What's going on, everybody?
You know what they want to hear. Come on now.
Oh, you want to hear it?
I want to hear it. Let me hear it.
All right, here we go. Y'all know what time it is. I'm alive, I'm awake, and I feel great. Yes, y'all. Y'all know who it is. Y'all boy, Motivational Mike, coming to you.
I love it.
On
Each
a
and every
Sunday,
time.
baby.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right, man. You want to introduce our special guest to us?
All right, guys, we are so excited today. We have such a beautiful, wonderful couple that today are going to come from that, emotional, physical, because they're here at the gym. So we're really excited. And mental. That's what I definitely wanted to hit. Make sure we're hitting this 3 of the 5. Like Troy said, all of our holistic, characteristics we talk about all the time, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially. So they've kind of hit on a good 3 of them. They're actually members at Passport Fitness. Is clapping up for that, right? So we're really excited about that. But they're members at the gym. I mean, we found out so many big things about you guys. Both have podcasts. We just found out.
No idea. Quietest people in the gym.
Yeah, quietest people in the gym. I mean, they're out here rocking, doing big things, So we're just really excited to have you guys here. Let's give it up. We got Gabby and Brian here today, so we're really excited about them. Let's clap it up. Clap it up.
Welcome out.
Welcome out to Gym Therapy. Yeah. So we just wanted to, give you guys just a introduction, and if y'all could just tell us how y'all met, y'all been married, how long, just give everybody just a quick background.
Share some of that background.
Yeah, just let us know what's going on. You want to start, B?
Yeah, I mean, we really appreciate it. Yeah, and I want to make sure I want to clear up the air.
So we're gonna start it, okay?
clear up the air.
We're both. I don't want to speak for you. But I know for me, and I think we've talked about this before, I come in here and I'm not quiet because I consider myself a quiet person.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
I'm quiet because I coming in here and I'm locked in.
Absolutely.
Oh, I see it.
I love it.
Oh, you're definitely
I see B locked in. Yeah.
Yes.
Weights and steaks. That's all I'm worried about when I come up in here. And y'all don't got steaks in here.
Right.
Say that for home.
No grass fed here. No grass fed here. It's a little out of the budget.
I don't know. Y'all got
That might be a concept, though. I don't know.
I like that. Weights and steaks. That's a night. And Troy bring the grill out.
Right, there we go. We
on the grill over there, so you get the seasonings jumping off.
I mean, it's, regarding the story of how we got together, I don't know. You want to?
No, because I want to hear your version.
Okay.
Make sure it's right.
I will correct as you.
Set me up.
She's gonna throw in that loud. That good season.
So we've always known each other in passing, or at least I'll always known her.
Okay.
We got some mutual friends, right? A lot of my friends are from.
Organically, right? You can start.
Oh my God. So
back to the stalking.
I mean, you'll see the story.
All right, I'm excited.
So we have a lot of mutual friends because my best friend, he's from Detroit, from Flint specifically.
Okay.
So and he came here. We met each other in this college program we were all in, and she was a mutual follower of theirs. So
I knew Tony.
I know you know Tony. It's the same how I seen you.
Okay.
Is I seen her on social medias because it lets you know who your mutuals are or whatever. Mm-hmm. So one day on Twitter, this is gonna sound mad random. There's a T-Pain movie called Freaknik the Musical.
Oh, wow.
Have you ever heard of it?
Never.
It's a very dumb, but I like it.
Don't watch it.
I like what I like.
Now
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, now I'm forced to see it. Yeah.
You're
Don't
not
watch it.
though. Like
It's
you're
not-
not
don't do it,
gonna
right?
find.
It is a good movie. But it was it's on Amazon. It was selling the Blu-ray and it was like $8. I was like, man, I like this movie. I don't know if I $8 like this movie.
Brian is cheap. Just for the record.
Okay.
So she replied to the tweet. She was like, look, man, I will send you $8 if you shut up about this movie.
And I did.
And I was like, all
And I
right,
did.
bet.
Are
So
you
she,
serious?
yeah, and that's how I started. We started like getting in each other DMs, and it was coincidentally, it was like right before Valentine's Day.
Wow.
It was like end of January, early February, and we started talking. And she was living in Detroit at the time, in Michigan at the time.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? I'm not doing anything. I'll fly out there.
Okay.
And yeah,
Okay.
a couple months later, she moved down here.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we met in February, and I moved to Maryland in like August.
My man.
Yeah.
You heard that?
That's a strong arm right there. You pull it, man.
You already had the muscle. Boy.
I thought I fumbled.
Thought you
I
fumbled.
fumbled saying I didn't have $8.
Right.
Like, can you afford the flight here? Like, I'm not paying for
I'm
that.
not
So, like,
sending the flight money.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, all right, Gabby, what you got? What Lowry's you gonna add on to that? You know?
no, that's the story.
What year was that?
I was in Detroit.
No, what year?
2018?
17?
17?
18?
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
Okay. So that was
Yeah.
pretty fast.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't play any kind of games.
No.
Okay. It was like,
No.
oh, I
but
know.
like at the time I was like 30-ish. So like, and I said my parents. So like, I knew that if I got here and like it didn't work, I could always go home.
Okay.
So like, I had a safety net. So like, if I got here and I hated it, I could be like, all
That's-
right, this has been fun.
Fun, and you were cool. Watch your movie.
My flight is at 5 a.m.
Watch your little Freaknik movie.
Right.
I paid for.
I'm out.
And I'm out of here.
And then I just never left, and here we are.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
So
that
what was it about Brian that, made you send him the $8 and
it made you
move down? Yeah.
just move.
So like, you know me because we're in the 8 o'clock class
Yeah.
together. So like, I'm very like alpha female. And when he slid in my DMs and was like, let's go out for Valentine's Day, I was like, I don't live here. He was like, I didn't ask you that. I said, do you want to go out for Valentine's Day?
That
I
arm
was
is
like,
strong.
and I was like, you know what? Okay, maybe we can go out.
Yeah, Brian. Right. Right.
All right.
I love it.
I've never, I mean, you know me, like I've always had a strong personality and like we always just meshed well. He can like, this sounds terrible. He could like kind of bring me back down when I'm like in the world crazy. He can be
Got
like,
it.
okay, yeah, that's great. But like, come on back to reality. It's
a great balance.
Love it.
It's balance.
Yeah,
It's balance.
that is very key.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that was like what? 6 months?
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
engaged at Disney World, 2 years later? 2.5 years later?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Married a
Well,
year
fine.
later?
Yeah.
Right,
4 or
a year
5
later.
years
During the
later?
pandemic.
So what
It'll
year?
be
I was about
5
to say
years
what year
in
we in? 2020
5
by
years
then?
in
2020.
5 years
Yeah.
in September. Wow.
Wow. Wow. So y'all,
Congratulations. Hey.
how did it work with the pandemic?
So I'm a little bougie. So like I had a full wedding planned out in Mexico, all of the
Yeah.
Oh,
things.
wow.
And then the pandemic was
Destination
like,
type?
girl,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
And the pandemic was like, girl,
No, you
you're not about to do that, right? You thought.
So you thought.
And you thought you was about to have this elaborate
What
wedding.
you thought? What you thought?
And you did not. So we ended up just we went to church and we got married at the time. Baltimore City had like maybe 20 people in the building. So we had a handful of our friends and we went back to our house and we had crabs and fried chicken and
Come on.
that was
Keep
it.
it simple.
Lost a lot of money, but we're here. It's
We're
good.
here,
You know,
right.
we made it.
So y'all had already planned stuff?
Yeah, we
deposit and
lost a lot of
everything.
our deposits.
Booked and reserved stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
It's whatever. It's fine.
Wow.
But if going back, I would have done it this way to begin with. Like I would not have had like the elaborate and like it's not even about the money. It's just about like people who wanted to be there were there.
Awesome.
And we still, I still had this ridiculous wedding dress. I still had like all of like the flowers and things. It's just
Wow.
it was at church. And
Okay.
Still beautiful.
Still
It works,
beautiful.
and we're still here.
And I mean, in crabs and chicken, you can't go wrong.
You really
can.
can't. You really can't.
Especially in Baltimore, right?
Absolutely, baby. I mean, you got two of my favorites. Man.
A little hip hop chicken, a little crab.
Maybe a little crab action. Yeah, you good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, like children, so how did that transition happen? Like, talk to us a little bit about that.
So
We know how it happened.
Yeah, I don't know. But you really love each other.
when two people,
just like the time frame, you know? So we're at the pandemic.
yeah, we have two sons of one. Our oldest I had from a previous relationship.
Okay.
He's 17 now.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And we have one together, Philip. He's 3. He'll be 4.
He's our
y'all-
honeymoon baby.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I like Troy.
Yeah.
Troy likes to
Yeah,
dabble
I knew
in
I
that.
wanted kids, and like I got married like what we were like 32, 33. Like I was like, I get this done off the way.
Yes.
So we had a honeymoon baby, and
I'm
he
with
is-
you on. Hey, I got one too. Yeah, I mean, my son.
I mean, we
is
didn't go on a
exactly-
honeymoon, but yeah.
My son is exactly 9 months for my wedding day. June 25th.
We got a little change in there,
Yeah.
but you know he's close. He's
Got
close.
it. My son is. We got married June 25th. My son's birthday is March 25th. Yeah, and you be careful what you say. I said we're having a baby tonight. I know, wait a minute. I know. So my son's been a mile, he just don't know it. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So how do they? With the 17 and
Whew, baby, it's a lot in my house.
It's
It's,
a lot.
all
Yeah.
boys. I'm the only girl. Even the dog and the cat, they boys. It's just me.
a lot of
It smells a
testosterone.
lot. It's a lot. It smells
Smells
a
like
lot.
boys in locker
It smells
rooms.
like a locker room in my house at all times. Oh my God, let me tell you.
I love it.
Mag Glade plugins.
Right.
It's a lot of glaze
Need those.
plugins.
Yeah,
Love
get some
it.
stock in it.
Yes.
Yes. So how? I mean, just on married couples, I know it's like me and my wife had a big transition with children. It's kind of like that honeymoon stage. It's just it's us. Y'all. We did have we have another child, but it does have that transition period when you have a child together, and it's talk about that a little bit. How did y'all transition with that? Did it,
Again, don't want to speak for you, but when she moved in, she because our oldest, he's always lived with me the majority of the time.
Wow.
So it's really we never had that transition period where it's ever been an empty nest. He's been there. Granted, he's older and he's kind of like a little more autonomous than a 3-year-old. But we've always, throughout our relationship, we've kind of acted like parents. So we never really had any trouble.
Yeah, but I mean, like like we had a same instance. We had a child. She was 12 when we got married. 13, 14 when we got married. Then we had, our own together. But I'm just saying, like, we had like transition where it was like, now you go from like we were together and it's like new baby, mom is, all that attention, and it's like, how did y'all have any transitions
It's just
on that?
balance because it's a lot of balance, a lot of picking up slack. Because obviously, a toddler, I mean, even at 3, he needs all of my attention because
Absolutely.
if I'm not looking at him, he's going to go down the steps. Like, he is a boy's boy. I love him,
He's
but
all
he
that.
is like. He's a lot. I love him.
Yes.
He's my monster, but
That's
he's
it.
a monster. So it's a balance of like, and also with Denzel, like he's not like a high maintenance child, if that makes sense.
That does.
Like
It does.
he wants to play video games with his dad, and that's fine. But the baby also enjoys I don't exist to the baby. The baby's Philip's primary parent is Brian.
Really?
Like, that baby is like, you're cool, but dad's
But
home now.
dad
so
is the guy.
I'm gonna go with him.
Don't blame him.
He said, I am that guy.
So yeah, they're able to multitask. Where if
Love it.
the baby just wants to be in the room. So if they're playing their video games, as long as it's like not too much for the baby to be paying attention to, like he's just there chilling, playing his cars, and I'm just usually there on the couch watching.
Okay.
So we still like have the family dynamic of I'm always in that room and the baby's always in
Nice.
the room. Which is a matter of like I might be playing with him, but we're all still in the basement together.
So where you're able to still do like date nights and stuff like that.
It took a
for
minute
some of
where
the
we had
young
to kind of
couples.
get adjustment with the kid. My child is very much my personality, so I kind of can't be too mad at him. He's very sassy.
He got
And he likes who he likes. He
got that
only
spice.
who
He got that
he's
Lowry.
spicy,
He
right?
got that Lowry.
So he
He got that
didn't like
seasoning.
a lot of the people, but he found person at daycare, Miss Kendall. Shout out to her. She's with him now. Like he loves her.
Okay.
Like she walked in the door today, and he was been like cranky and crabby all day. She walked in, and he was like, "Hi,
Oh wow. Okay.
hello,
Hello.
Are we going to go play now? Let's
yeah,
go.
you got
Bye,
that
mom, dad. We're going to go play."
Oh, no.
So now we know we have her where no matter what, she's never told us no. Like as far as babysitting, we give her enough notice, so like it's fine.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, so Yeah, what we found out is that you all have a podcast. It's kind of transition.
Two, right?
Two, yeah.
If I'm
Each
correct.
separate,
separate.
Each one has their own podcast. How did that come about, and then what are your podcasts about?
Yeah, tell us about them.
So I've always been on again, off again, producing podcasts for other people because that's my background is broadcast. I have a broadcast TV production degree from Morgan.
Nice.
And I've worked for like Fox 45, NBC Sports Washington.
Awesome.
And now I kind of do that kind of stuff. I do public affairs for a government agency.
Okay.
So I've always been producing kind of for hire freelance whenever somebody wants to start up a podcast, and I'll do that for a little bit. And then podcasts normally, a podcast is legit when it makes it past the first year. Like a lot of people quit.
Absolutely.
Before that first year because they can't handle the whole my post only got 5 likes and it's done. You know what I'm saying? And like everybody has that. It's like dreadlocks.
Yes.
Nobody wants that ugly dreadlock.
That ugly
You
phase,
just
right?
want to automatically have it
Get past it.
Yes, you just
Yes.
got to do it.
Just do it.
So I did that for a while and I just got tired of hitching my wagon to other people. So I just went ahead and I started my own. So I do one called Game Click. You can find us on all social media platforms at Real Game Click.
Get it out there.
Go ahead, get it out
And
there.
so it's a video game podcast where we kind of talk about the whatever new news is happening at the time, whatever new video games is coming out or about to come out.
Nice.
But the specific selling point is we're focusing on blackness within video games. So the tagline is literally the blackest video game podcast in the industry. So what a lot of people don't think about is there's not a lot of black people within the industry, like the developers, the producers, the execs. There's we account for maybe like less than 10%
Right.
of everybody. So what I want to focus on is like generating that interest within our community to get in there, because what happens now is, especially, it's getting better because there are consultants that people hire, but a lot of the black characters in video games, they're never written by black people, so they never sound like black people. They just perpetuate the stereotypes and things that a lot of us don't naturally do. So
Grand Theft Auto.
exactly. Exactly.
That is funny. Yeah.
So yeah,
Steal the liquor, right?
Right.
Twerking on cars.
Snatching people out the car.
Snatching pocketbooks.
which I do enjoy, but that's not all.
It's not all.
That's-
Right. So you do think it's a market? Because a
Absolutely.
lot, like my son, he watches the podcast that do the different video games, and I see a lot of young people are saying they want to go into it. So do you think it's like a market to create careers for black people?
Well, for two specific reasons. Like one, the money is there. Like Grand Theft Auto 5, a lot of people don't know this is one of the highest selling pieces of media of all time, not just a video game. Like it's outsold movies, it's outsold albums. It's that Minecraft is like one of the highest generating IPs of all time.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let me find out they out here going platinum.
They're legit, like double plat, diamond.
Diamond. Okay.
We don't even know
Yeah.
it, right?
So the money is there. And another thing is like, just like the music industry where now you don't have to, like back in the day in the 90s, you had to like make your music and hope an A&R found you. You know, you had to hope to get signed to someone.
Absolutely.
Nowadays, you can teach yourself how to make games. You can upload them yourself to Steam or,
Nice.
whatever. And you can like generate money yourself without hoping that
Somebody discovers you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's so easy to get in, and it's so easy to make money if you're
I
good.
love it.
Awesome.
I love it.
Yeah,
So
we
it
actually
is.
have a fraternity brother that developed a game, Pro Era Sports. It's like a football.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
kind of like
yeah.
where you're like first person in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the fraternity brothers developed that. And
Okay.
he's been doing very
They've
well
been
with
re-
it.
Yeah, they've been like getting
Lot of
funding and
sponsorships,
sponsorships. Yeah.
Yes, I think
Lamar
LeBron got into
Lamar
there.
Jackson.
Yeah, the NFL.
Oh, the
certain team.
VR joint.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
he's a good
yeah, I'm
friend of ours.
familiar.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, shout out
That's
to Troy
dope.
Jones.
Shout out to Troy.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
That's
so
awesome.
I guess the biggest question is, when is GT6 dropping? I know that's what people have been asking, right?
The streets want to know.
Right.
Streets is what?
So whenever I'm reading something, I always hear, it's funny that this dropped before GT6.
So a little insider stuff. So I am in a lot of like the press circuits and stuff like that where they release information. So Rockstar had a shareholders call where they're big investors. They get on there and they kind of project the year. And they said like legit Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out this year. Like it's coming out because they don't want these investors to pull. Because games, especially something like a GTA, it legit has $1 billion budget.
What?
Yeah.
Are
but
you
it
serious?
makes that money back. Like it's so those games,
I had no idea.
yeah, big budgets. So
Billion?
billion B's.
I just, no idea.
Yeah. So the longer those cycles, the longer it takes to make a game, the more money you're putting into a game because you're paying those guys by the hour, the devs, the actors, the voice actors. You know what I'm saying? So the quicker you can make those things,
The better.
So they legit told those investors it's coming out this year. So it's definitely, I would imagine if I had to guess, probably October.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So is that why a lot of the streamers are kind of popular, like your Casanets and things, who like game streamers? Even T-Pain, I think now is like a streamer.
Yeah, he's a huge one. But in regards to like the game publishers, that's advertisement for them.
Okay.
So they want those guys. They want the guys to get the eyes. That's why, because when streaming first started,
Little bar right there. All right.
16.
real game. So at first they were, it was some animosity between the streamers and the game publishers. They would like copyright strike people. They would take your YouTube videos down because you were making money off their footage. But now they understand we're now co-signing the game.
Right.
We're now like putting it out. Not only are we advertising the game, we're letting people know that the game is good if it is good. So now not only do they allow it to happen, they pay streamers to do it. They send you swag. It's
It's a thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's advertising. Yep.
Love it.
Good.
Love it.
All right, Gab, you up? Let's talk about Charm City, Gab.
I mean, I saw that,
See the glasses?
video,
Yeah.
and I'm like, every time I'm here in the morning, Gab just focused. Like,
Oh no,
I'm not, though.
You haven't seen Gab lately.
Yeah.
She get hit with Kanisha.
yeah. And
There's something about Kanisha. Kanisha bring it out of all of them.
Oh, man.
They be in here joking on
Got
people's shorts and all
daughter.
types of stuff.
So that's my daughter. That's,
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Joking on shorts.
We haven't, listen, you're supposed to
Cocoa
have
butter.
fun though, right?
Yeah,
That's
of
right.
course.
That's
Supposed to
right.
have fun at
Well,
the
you
gym.
did a
I
call
had
like
fun.
8 o'clock. Where y'all at? Y'all leave me here hanging one more
Listen,
time.
so
It's
the
gonna
8
be a
o'clock
problem.
class is so hit or miss. Either it's just me and the person you're training, or it's like 80 people. There's no in between.
So in between,
So
y'all
like
hot
I've come in
cold.
here multiple times where it's just been me, where it's like, well, this ain't no fun. Cause
Right.
like all eyes on me. Like,
All out. Right?
Tupac,
Get all the
right?
attention.
96.
I don't like that all the time. Like, I'm not going to be a slacker, and y'all not letting me be a slacker. So I put in the chat. It was like 8 o'clock.
Yes.
I was knocking on y'all door.
Please show
Gabby
up,
is
right.
going
Stop
to
playing
the
with me.
door.
And you know
Stop.
what? They came the next day
They
too,
did.
didn't
There you go.
They did.
Call to action.
Good job,
Come on,
Gab.
yeah.
Good job.
So I saw all his fun. So when I got here, I didn't have a lot of friends because again, I was a transplant. I'm not from here. So like I wanted to find a way to like kind of build community with myself because like I tried to join like the mom groups and like all of that, but like they're just not my cup of tea. For whatever reason. Like like I said, I'm very like a very big personality and that can rub people the wrong way. I recognize that. It's fine. I'm not changing. Get with it or get lost. Simple as that. So I got into wrestling with him and his son, just watching it, and I enjoyed it. So I happened to be on Instagram, and like people were following me and my opinions, all of those things. And I ended up meeting like 3 girls randomly, and we decided to like, hey, we got a group chat, and we're like, hey, we should do a podcast, and we're like, okay.
Wow.
So these people, I met them for the first time in January in person.
Okay. Wow.
We've been together since like last January, and yeah.
Nice. So y'all been doing a podcast
Virtually.
and just met.
Yeah, and then from there, I am very big in sports in general. Like, my parents never let me sleep in on the weekends. It was always you going to somebody's practice. Like, you getting about this house,
Sound
right?
like Coach Troy over
you
there.
getting about this house one way or
Yeah.
another. So, like, I've always been involved in sports. I ran Division I track.
Nice.
I went to school for journalism, and then I went back for my master's in sports administration's sports business.
Okay.
So like I've always wanted to be involved in sports in some way,
Some
somehow.
kind of
Like
way.
I worked for CBS Radio before. Like I've always involved in sports. So I was like, women's sports are just no one talks about them the way they should be talked about. They're not getting their props. The WNBA is like killing it these days,
Killing it.
unrivaled, like all of these things, and no one's talking about it.
Right.
So I spun off and made like my own women's sports kind of YouTube as well.
Love it.
Yep.
Love
Very
it.
good, very
So what do you focus on? Like,
Women's
you
sports
like
in
pick
general.
a woman, you know, pick a sport, or you
So
just kind
I
of
strictly basketball. My brother played basketball. We grew up with a full court. I cannot hoop. Can't do
Tell me
it.
you had some game on
Right,
it.
I was
Can't
about
do
to say,
it.
you almost got Coach
That's
Troy.
what
Right, I was about
I'm
like,
saying.
hey.
It's not
you know,
my
the
thing.
D1 ball, you know, he, you know,
I'm
that's
not
his
a baller,
thing.
and like I said, I grew up with a full court. It's my brother's thing. I just could not get into it. Running was my thing. So yeah, WNBA, and then I decided I'm gonna learn soccer this year. So I'm kind of like trying to learn soccer because there's a lot of money to be made in soccer as well.
Yes, it is.
And it's huge for women.
It is.
Yes.
in the United States.
So
Yeah.
Troy is actually training a couple people, you know, young people in
soccer
soccer
players,
players. Yeah, it's becoming big. Yeah.
Yeah. And Trinity Rodman over the summer, she did a big interview talking about her dad, and I was like, I didn't realize she played for the Spirit.
What?
She plays for the Washington Spirit.
Nice.
So
nice.
she's in DC, like all these big names.
right
So
here.
why not take advantage of the fact that I'm in Baltimore and I can go to these games and I can do these things and I can
Absolutely.
provide that like coverage? Because again, having the journalism background, I can edit, I can shoot, I can write your script, I can do all of the things. I haven't done it in a very long time.
But
A little
I
rusty,
can do it.
But we getting there. But I have the ability to do it. So
Yes.
it's like, why not?
Tap back into it. Yeah.
Tap back into it.
Absolutely. So I'm heavy on like taking risks. So it's like, what made you guys like? What was the inspiration? You know, you got your regular jobs. You know, and it's hard for people to step out there and come out of their comfort zones and take risks. You know, like what gave you the motivation, discipline, consistency to, or what inspired you to just
So
really
with
take
me,
that?
I lost myself in motherhood. I became so wrapped in making sure that the baby was good, Brian was good, Denzel was good, that I lost like myself. And I needed to find a way to like find myself again.
Wow.
So I fully recognize that part of like the postpartum issues, like I had all of that. So to me, it was like, he was like, do something for yourself. What are you doing for yourself? And I was like, well, he's like, the answer is nothing. You can sit here and play this game all day. The answer is nothing. So he's like, just.
Let me set you straight. Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna tell you, we can play this game of you staring at me crying for like
right.
15 minutes. That's
Yes.
fine, but like the answer is nothing.
love
So
it.
like I wanted something for myself,
Nice.
and that's how I decided to do it. And I mean, like you mentioned before, like jump and grow wings on the way down, figure it out.
you go.
I live with an editor.
Right.
Who bought me the equipment. He could
Right.
edit. But for a while, I wasn't editing my own stuff. He was doing all that for me because he wanted to see me win.
Nice.
Now I can do it, and I still harass him, of course, because hello.
Right. Hey.
But for a while, he was the driving force and be like, you haven't put a video out in a while. So do you plan on doing that? Well,
Accountability.
don't worry about the baby. Like, being the baby, you're fine. Like,
Right.
go upstairs into your office and record
I
your
love
video
it.
and give me the footage. And he would edit my stuff for me and give it back to me.
Nice.
And, like, he just was very much like, go do something for yourself.
Right.
Became that
Yours-
accountability partner. for you.
100%.
Yeah.
That's it.
100%.
I love it.
That's it. Hey.
Yeah, to piggyback off what she said, I understand what she gave up moving down here. Like she has a lot of friends,
Family,
friends
friends,
and
yeah.
family, and that distance really like drove a wedge in a lot of like her relationships.
Okay.
So I started noticing that because of how much she's been like, don't take offense to this. How much you be around. Sometimes, like,
You still here?
sometimes like, all right.
That little shadow. Like,
Get some friends.
here?
No.
We got nothing to do. Nothing to do.
Hey, go watch a movie. Mind
You ain't gotta be
yourself.
right here.
Get off. I love that.
And yeah, and she got that group chat, and I was just like, dude, just do it. Like, for me personally, I've never been a person to care what other people think.
That's
You know,
awesome.
a lot of people are so discouraged to try things because you always, again, you go through that new phase and you're worried about everybody judging you and saying like, oh, this is stupid. It's never going to take off. I don't care.
Right.
I really don't. Like, you
love
can
it.
say what I'm doing is stupid. You can say games are for kids. Like, I really don't care.
And what?
Yeah, you know,
Right, that's
like,
it. And that's amazing that you say that, you guys, listening to you, because me and my wife, I can remember having a conversation and I had heard this and it just made so much sense. It's like, I told her, like, you don't make me happy. And see, in marriage, we think like that's the other person's job is to bring you happiness. I'm like, no, we're an enhancement of happiness, but you don't make me happy. And you have to figure out ways to bring yourself peace and happiness, because if you're looking for happiness from the other person, 100% of the times they're gonna fail you.
Exactly.
Every time, like you waiting on that person to make you happy, it's a done deal. And that's why I feel a lot of divorce happens, because if you think about the number one statement, they say, "Oh, you don't make me happy," and I'm like, that's not my job. Like that's not my job to make you happy. You better figure out how to make you happy. You know, because like I told my mom, I'm like, either we're gonna figure out a way to kind of come back together, or we can kind of grow apart. You know, so it's like, I mean, and this year we'll be 20 years in, and it's really, you know, that really changed a lot when we had that. I mean, when I said it, she had that attitude, you know, that stink face Gabby was talking about. You know what I'm saying? She was like, "What? Like, who do you think you're talking to?" You know, I was like, that's it. Like, we both have to figure out ways to make our own selves happy. You know, so y'all got anything to add to that? Like, it seems like the podcast, doing those on your own, having your own groups, like doing your own thing, has helped you guys in your relationship. Yeah.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, and that's stuff that I personally learned from prior relationships, stuff like that. It's a lot of pressure you put on somebody when you want like your partner to be your therapist. You want them to be, you know, and it's nice to have when they can do that, but you can't place that expectation on it.
Absolutely. You didn't do this.
Yeah,
I didn't want to.
Why are you still here?
I kind of didn't want to. You asked me. I still like my wife. Like, why didn't you do it?
Yeah.
She like,
Didn't feel like
I
it.
didn't want to. Like, yo, we're a partnership. You're supposed to do what I tell you to do.
That's not how it
That works
works.
like that. But you said it's not how it works.
It's not.
Facts. Facts. Yeah, that's it.
Let's kind of pivot. So I'm going to talk about the gym and things of that nature. So one of the sessions during 8 o'clock class, Gabby approached myself and Coach Troy and, you know, told us about part of your story and how you found us.
Yeah.
I'd love for you to share, you know, how that came about and how you found our gym and what made you walk through those doors.
Yeah, sure. Late last year, about late July, my mom passed away. Unexpected. I mean, I say unexpected because in my mind, I always thought that day would happen, like she would be in the hospital and like surrounded by family, and you know we would get to say our last goodbyes and you know whatever, and she just kind of like one day just was gone in her own house, and that really like messed me up.
Sure.
Like even like to this day, it's people will try to like prep you for that day,
Right.
and it's just nothing will prepare you for that.
Wow.
So yeah.
It's your mom.
Yeah, and we were close.
Wow.
Like we live in Owens Mill. We live down the street in like the Sherwood Farm community.
Okay.
She was literally, we bought that house January 2020.
Sure.
She bought her house like 4 miles down the road, like 4
Several
months
months
later.
Wow.
Yeah, like we were like that.
So it was close knit.
Yeah.
We saw her multiple times a week, like every Sunday, Friday, throughout the week. We would always see her multiple, like 3 to 4 times a week.
Yeah.
We would see her.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, it really like messed me up. So some days when I needed to be away from people, so I would just leave the house and I would walk.
Okay.
And I wandered up here because there's a cafe like right behind y'all. This is pretty good. And I walked up there. I was like, all right, I'm gonna order some breakfast or whatever. And while they were fixing it, I decided to walk around the shopping center. I didn't even know the back of this center
Existed.
was a thing.
Everybody, they usually like, oh, the UPS. I'm like, in the backside. Come around back. I didn't even back.
And it was pretty early in the morning. It was like 7-ish or whatever. So I was walking around here. The only reason I recognized Passport was because Troy, your daughter Troy, she was trying to open the garage door and she couldn't get it open. She was just talking about, I still struggle trying to get that door.
That door give you a fit.
It's a workout.
And I just see her like struggling to get the garage door. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go over here and help her. And I went over there. By the time I walked over there, she finally figured it out. And then it opened. I was like, oh, this is like a legit gem in here.
What? Where did that come from?
So yeah, I sat down with her that day and she signed me up for the 60-day.
6
Yes.
weeks.
Yeah, the 6-week joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I started that Monday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. So, I know you gave an amazing, part of the story. Can you go into some of that? Like, I was just amazed when I saw that. Your heart is hurting for your husband. You're trying to figure out ways to bring him back. And, it's like I said, I can't even, every friend or every person I talk to that have lost a mom, they say like that that's unexplainable until you've experienced. If you've experienced it, you can't really explain it. So you're feeling like, it's a different type of, so you're feeling that you're with someone that it just happened to. Like, what was your perspective in it?
So obviously, I'm not from here. So she was my mom too. She was the person that we wanted to go out. The baby would go there. So like, he's hurting, and then I'm like,
I'm hurting.
But I'm trying not to outwardly hurt because like I don't want to cry and he start crying. Now we're all crying. You know what I mean? Which is fair. That's healthy. Like for sure. I definitely encourage like people to share their emotions. But we also have kids. And like I don't want them to see me like that bad. So he came back home and he's like, I found a gym. And I was like, okay. Tell me more. And he was like, it's black owned. I was like, hell yeah, tell me more. Right. I'm like, let's go. What's up? And he had his meeting. He was good. He loved it. A few times he came back and was like, I don't know if it's a gym for me. They're not pushing me. And I promise you, the minute he said it out of his mouth, the next day he came home, he was like, I'm smoked. I'm tired.
Can I clarify on that? Okay, so I was still on bereavement leave or whatever. So I had my days free. So I would set my consultations up like during the mornings or whatever. And that's when like y'all had like the Golden Girls or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. So I came in and like I'm seeing like these Golden Girls in here working. I was like, I don't know. Because I'm in the Army Reserve. I think we talked.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yep.
So fitness it's something that's important to me because like I need to be in the Army for like 7 more years before I can retire. And I'm
Get that check,
so
man.
I have to stay in shape.
Yes. You got to be ready.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I would see like the older people, the morning classes work out, and I just didn't know if y'all would push me. And I'm trying to say this in the least egotistical way.
No.
Right? Because I'm not like,
Right. But yes, Army Reserve, I need to be pushed. Yes.
So I'm in the 6 p.m. class, and specifically J&D. I don't even know how it came up. Or I like accidentally bragged about something in front of them, and Dee took that personally. She took that personally.
Oh, she don't play.
Yeah, she do not play.
Yeah.
Like they take it like, especially when there's not a lot of people in that class some days, because like now it's getting warmer and like the class is getting a little thin.
Thick, right. Yeah.
And they always like they'll have the weights and everything set up, and there's always like some weights set aside.
Yes. Coach D on it. Right. Coach D on it.
Yep. Weights right there. Those are private. Lead on low.
Lead on low.
They're just for him.
Coach D don't play about passport.
No. Not at all. Good shout out to Coach D. Yeah.
He came home smoked. He was like, all right. We good. I was like, all right. As long as you happy.
That's it. Oh, y'all, I watched him. And he was like, oh, yeah. Today.
Some days he would text me on the way, be like, start the Epsom salt. And I'd be like, all right.
Yeah, and don't
You lucky I ain't hear that. I'd have been here personally.
Oh, my God. He'd have been.
Like, no, I got him, coach. I got him.
Coach Troy got off the fight, came straight here for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he definitely put so much into those workouts, and we call him the guru. You know, he's been studying this thing for a while, so he really wants to make sure when people come, they get, challenged. You know what I mean? And it's, we got to keep it at levels, but a person like you, we want it to be challenging to the best in the class to the beginner in the class, and we can always regress and do that. So that's one of the things we pride ourselves on, being able to touch everybody in the class and stretch them no matter what. So that's great to hear. It's great to hear.
Yeah, and I saw a picture of you recently, man. I didn't know you had gotten up to
I showed him Fat Brian.
300 pounds?
I showed him Fat Brian.
Yeah. That's from.
Well, it wasn't a recent picture, but it was recently shown to me that you were 300 pounds.
They said, man,
passport, what they doing over there?
I want to passport tomorrow. They got that zip.
They brought their hand out there, Ozempic over there.
They take it right out.
I always had like this weird thing, like how how like Luther Vandross or like Janet, it would always kind of like it would be
Go to that big fake. Go to that big fake.
Yeah.
Big Luther, little Luther, right?
I like Big Luther.
I always had something like that, but never that bad. But what happened was from my first, the mother of my first child, she got pregnant. And she felt self-conscious about eating. So in order for her to feel comfortable eating, I always had to eat with her.
Wow.
So that started the overeating. Then Denzel was born. And then with the new father thing,
right?
They would eat they wouldn't eat all their food. Now you feel like, all right, I can't throw the food away.
Absolutely.
I got to finish their food.
That's it.
So that kept packing on more and more and more.
Getting
And
that big piece of chicken.
yeah,
Yeah.
I got to get the leg. I got
Yeah.
to get the leg.
I gained 20 pounds per child.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I can totally relate.
And it sneaks up on you.
Poor.
You really don't know.
I was calling, babe, you want a cheesesteak? She's like, no, I'm good. I already ordered it. It's coming.
Well, we got two now.
Yeah, we got to. I mean, I eat that too. You know.
I didn't realize I was almost 300 pounds until I had finally decided to pull the trigger and join the military. And I walked into an Air Force recruiter's office. Was like, hey, so when I get shipped off the basic training? He looked at me and was like, you need to lose at least like 60 pounds. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'll do that and I'll be back. And he like literally laughed.
You was on a David Goggins.
Yeah.
That is his exact story. Like, no, you won't.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I walked into, it wasn't next door, but it wasn't a far drive. I went to an Army recruiter same day.
Same day.
And I was like, look, I'm trying to join. I want to go to basic training. What do I got to do? He was like, if you lose 20, we'll help you lose the rest. So I started like running 2 miles a day.
Awesome.
I lost the 20. They sent me to basic. I lost like 40 more.
Nice.
And yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy. So Gab, like, back to you. You know, like, you saw like he was struggling. You know, how did, you know, what brought you to join after that?
So after his mother passed away, and like you get through like the initial, I mean, you always be sad, but the initial sadness, like we had the services, kind of life was trying to get back to normal. We went to Hershey Park,
Nice.
and I took a picture with like a Jolly Rancher, and I was like, I am large. Who's the Jolly Rancher, me or the Jolly Rancher? Like, what flavor? And I was like, I do not like this picture.
Yes.
And Brian was like, okay.
The picture really ain't that bad.
It's not. Looking back, it's not that bad. But like,
But
again, I'm
but-
used to always being in shape because I was a collegiate D1 athlete. Like, I'm
And-
used to.
That's it. And knowing what you want to look like. So see,
Correct.
that's the thing. Like, that's why I
Correct.
always try to get people to tell me what you want. Because you know, it's like, yes, that's his perception of you. You know, but it's like, no, my perception of myself is the only one that counts. You know, so if you saw that picture and you're like, ugh, that's the reality right there. So that's a great point.
So I
wanted to
saw
always
that
bring
picture,
up.
and I'll show it to y'all one day. It's not that bad. I'll do it like a before and after. So anyway.
Okay. Yeah, we love those.
Saw the picture, and I was like, oof, girl, we need to get that together, like, immediately. So I went back to, like, my running days of running.
Okay.
But it just wasn't, it got cold. It got cold. I ain't gonna hold y'all up. It got cold. And I was like, yo, this ain't working for me. Like, I gotta get indoors.
Yes.
So Brian was like, well, join my gym. And I was like, I see how you come home. I see your arms.
Hey, not with all that.
We're not gonna do that, right? So like I went to a couple different gyms and like they were okay, but no one looked like me.
Wow.
It was a bunch of like suburban moms who had on like their Lulu and like the music was like Britney Spears and I was like, Britney's cool, but like
Right. I need a little spice.
I need
Yeah.
like my community.
Yes.
So eventually Brian was like, I don't know why you don't listen to me. This is the problem with you. Don't listen.
Right.
Go to my
He went
gym.
back to the DMs.
Right.
I'm coming to see you in Detroit.
But that's the whole point, right? But that's the whole point, and that's why we get along so well because he can like say it. That sounds terrible. Check me, but he can like kind of be like, all right, girl, it's like
need it.
go to my gym.
There it is.
So I had him text Troy, and then you got me hold of your daughter, and I came in, and she was like, we can do like the 6 week, and I was like,
Ready to lock in?
go ahead and lock in for the year. She's like, what? And I was like, I don't need your tour. You know what I mean? Like
I know what I want.
I know this is what we're going to. Also, like, I'm not as cheap as him, but I'm cheap. So like, if I'm paying for it,
Yes.
I'm going to
Let's
do it. And it
go.
comes out of my account, not his.
Okay.
So
Okay.
like, if it's,
Speak.
and y'all will see, like, if no one's coming at 8 a.m.,
I'm here.
I'm in that joint.
That's
like,
it. That's
that's why I ended up at Passport because
Love it.
and I just saw the community that you all and the support that you all didn't know you were giving him during his time of need.
Wow.
You all didn't know that you were like making his like bad days better.
Did not know.
So I was like, all right.
That made my day when you told that story.
Yeah.
Both me and Troy was like, wow.
I mean,
never know the impact.
that's what we do it for. You know, it's,
Yeah.
like I said, we really I called, you know, what I mean, it's the transformation chamber. That's what I call this place. And every time I say it, people, you know, so they try to figure out like, what is it with this Passport? This is a small gym. Like, who cares? You know, but they're not understanding the feel you get when you come in here that it's a community. That's like you said, to hear you say that, and our community, you know, so you get that feel. So it's exciting to hear you, you know, have that feel, because that's what we wanted to create when me and Troy came together. Like, I'll never forget that day I went to him and was like, hey, this is what I'm hearing. This is God telling me, what do you think? He was like, yeah. And it was just a confirmation that, yes, we're going to help some people. And that's pretty much what we wanted to do. So to hear you guys have that feel is like confirmation that we did the right thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. So Brian, what have been some of the results you've gotten since you've been here? Like, where were you when you started? Where are you now?
So
Incredible Hulk.
I was about
I'm moving out Brian's way. He walking through, like,
Hold on. Like, I didn't, okay, sir.
when I first started, I was like, it's not diagnosed or anything, but I was in that kind of phase. Like I told y'all, I was in that Luther where like sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. And the depression was starting to make me kind of like get back to where I was. And I always, we talked a little bit about how like I'm like deathly afraid of getting back to that like 280, 300. So whenever I can kind of see it, I got to check it. So when I first started, I was borderline like 220, I think. And when I would come in for the workouts, I'm putting on like the XL shirts. Like I ain't want nobody to see anything.
You said you won't see my back.
Pants. And now, like I'm going like I got tank tops now.
Oh, we know. We see. Yeah.
I'm cutting your
Shirts getting a little tighter. Yeah.
You've been around for a summer, Chief. We know.
Skies out, thighs out.
Nah, short.
Yeah, the hoochie daddies. Yeah, put them out. Bring them
Short
out.
gets me with oh, Mike, you got your hoochie daddies.
Yeah.
I see what the hoochie daddies on. Okay.
Yeah. I haven't felt this good and comfortable in my body in a
Nice.
very long time.
Wow.
So yeah.
You've been getting some great results, man. Very
Yeah,
proud of you.
absolutely.
Gabby, how about yourself?
So we're going to Vegas for WrestleMania in like 5 weeks?
April 20th.
Yeah. So like that was part of why I wanted to get it into, because like I didn't want to be like fat in Vegas. Full disclosure.
Good reason.
Said,
Good
pool
reason.
parties, like, I want to be right. Yeah, you know. That's good.
And I was borderline a size 8, and right now I'm a size 6.
Nice.
I'm still around the same, but my body, I'm still like around 140, but my body looks different.
That's
Composition
it.
is
And that's what you told
Yeah,
me.
my
Like,
habits
you
have
wanted
changed
to
completely.
really
I'm
build the
fine with
muscle.
being 140, but like I need to be able to. Our son is 35 pounds. I need to be able to throw him around and pick him up when he's dead weight
That's
and he's
right.
sleeping. I need to be able to put him back into his room, right? So that was my whole thing. Is that like I was struggling when Philip was like fall down and he's dead weight. I'm like, oh my god.
So you do feel you've gotten stronger.
Absolutely. I can, like, last night was bath night, and we have a jacuzzi tub. So when he gets in that bad boy, I got to, like, get in there to get him out.
Right.
And, like, last night I picked him up and was like, come on, and was, like, tossed
Right.
him a little bit. And I was like,
getting strong.
Right.
toss you around a little bit.
Because
Okay.
it is like a stigma, like, especially in our community, you'll hear a lot of women say, I don't want to get bulky. I don't want to get muscles. And I'm like, no, muscles is what you want. You know, especially as we're getting older, we losing 1 to 3% of our muscle mass, you know, every decade. So it's like we need to really be building muscle. So to hear you say, like, you can see the difference and you see yourself getting stronger, that's the point. Anything to add to that?
No.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to be fat no more.
Great reason.
Right.
So what are some ways that you hold each other accountable through this journey?
Oh, it's no junk food in our house. Junk
Yeah.
food is for the baby.
Yeah.
That's it. And even by junk food for the baby, I mean like goldfish and like a fruit snacks. Like, you know what I mean? Like we don't keep bad food in our house. We cook.
That
we
is
don't
amazing.
really eat. There's pizza in my house every week. Pizza's my weakness. It's gonna happen. I'm
me
sorry.
too.
It is
I'm
what it
with
is.
you on that.
But for the most part, like we don't buy junk. So there's no junk in the house. So even if you wake up at midnight and you're hungry, you're probably gonna have to eat like a banana.
A banana.
You know what I mean? Like, and I know my weakness is like chips and junk food. That
Me
was like my
too.
thing. Like a good Oreo, listen.
Some chips.
Not even in the house anymore.
Yeah.
Every
Right.
once in a
Nice.
while, I'll treat myself for something here and there. But even then, like I'm not buying the big bag of chips. I'll buy like the smaller one. And even then,
nice.
like I'll try to eat like half and then come back the next day eat the other half. Or if I buy a candy bar, like I'll eat half the candy bar and like
Awesome.
Doing car checks, make sure she's not.
he should.
Check that console and the side doors. Like,
You might need. So funny story. When I was pregnant, I gained a bunch of weight because I was pregnant, and Brian didn't know that I was eating Burger King every day.
Every day. It was in the trash cans, like the bag. Like you could tell, like you know how like sometimes somebody throwing something away, and you can tell they take something out the trash can, like put it up under there,
Stuff it, right.
put the plate in face down. You know?
That's
So
how
the
we was
doctor
taught.
was like, "Girl, you're gaining weight." I was like, "Girl, I don't know how I'm gaining
I don't
this
eat
weight.
anything.
I don't
Right.
know. I don't know."
What is
happening?
going on with me? She said onion rings and Whopper Juniors.
Yo, Whopper, double cheeseburger with extra pickles. Yo, that was my pregnancy
Okay.
jam.
Yeah,
man.
she's
Damn, getting
That
it
was my pregnancy
in.
jam.
But he said, what is going on?
And like I cook, like I'm the cook of the house.
Okay,
I cook a lot, and I'm like super organized with it. Like I'm the
Right.
person that like I'm cooking, and I got like 5 Tupperwares. I got a
Oh,
section
you're
now
that
for
guy.
the I'm
Right.
that kind of person. So when I can tell people ain't eat.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
no
saying?
rations.
Like right.
They said you didn't eat your rations. You didn't eat your portions. What's going on? She like, I'm full.
Because I just ate 6 Whoppers. And wash it down with a slushie.
A
Okay?
slushie, right? That is hilarious. That is hilarious.
So looking back, like what are some of the biggest changes or transformations that you guys have experienced since joining the gym? Both, you know, like physically, mentally, emotionally. What are some of those changes you've experienced?
I'm a happier person. Doing work, so I dropped the baby off across the street because literally like our whole life is like in like a 5-mile radius at this point. Of the baby across the street, I come home, I have a minute to myself, check my work emails, and then I come here and then like my day gets going. Before working from home, I sat down a lot. I was not moving because for what? Like my computer's right here. Like I would not move. Now I have to get active.
Yes.
Like I drop the baby off, I come here, I have to walk the dog and like multiple things. Like I'm not
it moving.
stationary and sitting around as I used to be. Like I have to get up, I have to do something.
And it just makes you feel better.
It does. It makes
Yeah.
the day easier. It makes the day like better. I'm in a better mood. Like it just, even like when I have days where I'm annoyed at like work or life or whatever, like I know I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna crack a joke and you know what I mean? Like it's
That's
good.
it. And it's also helping with that mental, that emotional.
100%.
Yes.
It definitely, like there was definitely like a level of depression that we both had that I think that
Absolutely.
the gym kind of forced us to get out of one way or another.
And you were like in the house. Like people do
And being
not
in the house does
understand.
not help because I had no reason to go outside. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like I dropped the baby off at school and then I come home and I pick the baby up at 4:30. You know what I mean? Like I literally was a hermit. I was not
Which
leaving
helps
my
with the
house.
depression. Like you're
100%.
in there. Yes.
Like I have to get out of this house.
Yes. Like I'm going to go crazy.
Even now, I come Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Even on Tuesday, Thursday, like I get up or I'll do like a walk with the dog, go to a longer walk with the dog. Like I have to
Nice.
get outside. I have to move.
So
I
it's changed
cannot
your whole
just-
everything you know what you do
Yes.
even in your off days and not being in the gym. That's it. You still got to get out, get that vitamin D, get the
And
moving.
once a week, he'll make me work out together with him. And our baby works out. I think I showed Troy
Love
the
that.
video. Our baby, our
I love
3-year-old,
that.
our 3-year-old will pull out the yoga mats.
Nice.
And we have little phone set of weights, and he, whenever he sees Brian doing, he literally will copy whatever we're
That
doing.
is
So he'll
amazing.
pop up with his little weights,
Yeah.
and he's down there doing squats with us.
Yes, sir.
So I'm like, do I gotta get you a passport membership? Like, when you turn 5, I
Those
gotta bring you
habits
in.
are gonna be
Like,
crazy.
Coach Tyler's about to start coaching some kids. He's like, Daddy, can I start coaching kids?
Yes.
daughter.
Tata, she's been in the gym since Troy had the garage, gym in the garage, and to see her now, flag football, gymnastics, but now she can. We had her yesterday. We had a company here. And she was doing all the demonstrations, to show the people how to do it.
Everything.
And she takes it serious. We
she
had to
should.
put her picture up because she is a trainer. But to have that mindset at that young age and y'all creating those habits early is a game changer.
and he doesn't like junk food either. So like at school when like they have like the parties and they bring in like the Oreos, and he's
cupcakes.
like
We don't eat that. I'm good.
not interested. Like
That's
he
it.
only drinks water. I have to like fight him to drink orange juice if he's sick.
wow.
Like he's picked up all of our habits.
That is
He won't eat
amazing.
trash.
And to do it early, because my children, like, we're trying to get it now and they're grown. It's hard. They're used to the Chick-fil-A all the time
Correct.
and the
He
McDonald's.
won't even eat it. He got sick one day, and I was like, he got me sick because that happens.
Right.
And I'm like McDonald's, and I ordered it, and he was looking at me like,
What is this? I'm not eating this trash. You don't give me some real food?
like that's nice, but like
Right.
broccoli,
Broccoli?
like girl,
Yeah, like, you know what I
I
do.
understand you're sick, but like
Get it
girl,
together.
we are not eating this cheeseburger and these random nuggets.
Right.
Like, girl, no, you tried it. You tried it.
You tried it. You tried it. But if you don't give me some real food around here.
I am telling daddy, okay?
That is amazing. That is amazing. I mean,
he
because so many people do not understand the damage we're doing to our young people, and I'm guilty of it. It's like you don't get home in time, you're trying to get them, so you do stop at the Chick-fil-A's
Yeah.
or you stop at the McDonald's, and doing that early, the damage, like I believe like the chemicals and all that stuff, that's where the autism is coming from and the, early cancer. You got young people now getting diabetes early, pre-diabetes and high cholesterol and high blood pressure as young people. But it's the food. It's the food. They're not getting natural, whole, organic food, and that's the problem. That's the problem. So to have that early, man, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So, what kind of advice would you give to someone who's like in a season of thinking about joining a gym, but they're kind of unsure? What kind of advice would you give to
Girl,
them?
get off of TikTok.
Great advice.
No, like it's so funny because you see those ads of like those, girl, I haven't worked out in 6 weeks, but look at me. Are you, girl? I know you got a BBL. What are you like, girl? Like, girl, on those little random machines and those flat tummy tees and like all of that, it's not
Mirrors,
real.
yeah.
Like that's not real. Like don't waste your money on it. The money that you just spent buying that flat tummy tee and whatever it is that TikTok tells you to buy, you could have came here for a week.
Right.
And you could have got a real workout.
Nice.
And you could have done better. So like, just do it. Just do it and get off of TikTok.
Yeah, so many people walk up to me after they like see the transformation or whatever, and they're like, "Yo, so what's your secret?" And I was like, "I work out and I eat good," and they're like, "Ugh."
That's black.
Right. I wanted to know the pill. What pill did you take?
That's the secret.
Yeah, it's just, that was really good. And I think I would say give yourself grace.
Oh, that's
Like,
my favorite
it's just, it takes
so
time.
good,
Like
B.
real results take time. Like you can't go to the gym a week and like look yourself in the mirror and be like, where the abs at?
That was me. That was me.
You got a six-pack yet?
My first week, I came and I was like, this is hard. It's like, yes, go on. Like, is there
what
more
was your
specifics?
point? Yeah.
He's like, you've literally been working from home for the past, at this point, it's been like 3 years. He's like, yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's going to be hard.
It is.
Yes, you can't walk in and pick up a 20-pound weight and be like, yes, we in there. He's like, yes, like
It's
you
hard.
have to give yourself that grace.
Yes.
Like it's okay to
Right.
like come home and be like, I leave here every day. When I leave here, I leave him a text and be like, I'm tired. I'm smoked. Like my legs hurt. Like, I don't tell him to work out because JBL and be like, you be telling him trying to work out. I'm like, no, I don't. I just be telling him like context, like my arms hurt. He's like, okay. You're gonna go back though, so like, what seems to be the problem? But yeah, no, definitely giving yourself that grace is very important as well because even I've been here since January 1, and I'm still come home and I'm like, yo.
Absolutely. So you ain't telling them Bulgarian squats coming, huh?
I don't tell him. JB yelling at me. He's like, stop
hate
putting
when them
Brian to
come
workouts. I was like, I'm not. I'm just saying I'm tired. And like, 'cause I'm tired.
Yeah. I'm tired.
Tired.
I'm tired. How about that?
What would you say to couples who might be considering making a change together
Yeah.
on like a fitness journey?
So I tried to work out with him before, and I can't do it.
Can't do it?
I can't do it. He's
Brian's
like
too intense.
He is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Brian, he's no joke.
He is.
Yeah, he's so focused.
He
I just
is.
I look at him like, whoa, he's really intense.
Yeah, it's one of his first workouts. He almost passed out.
Right.
Yeah,
No, he didn't. There's no
Step
almost.
outside, sir.
right.
There's no almost.
Brian was almost laid out up in here. Like,
Yes.
uh-oh, welcome to Passport.
I be trying so hard
Get that, baby.
to not be the main character. Like I don't want everybody's attention on me. And then and then I passed out.
They got to get the fan. Like, you okay?
Brian pass out. Yeah.
But yeah, that's just how I work out, and that goes to what I was saying earlier. Like I'm so used to if I'm working out, I'm putting headphones on, I'm going in the gym, I'm grunting, I'm
Right. All in.
yeah, I'm all in. So this working out in this social environment was a challenge for me at first, and it still is. Like I think I am getting better opening up and saying hi to everybody and asking people how they day is and answering questions and whatever.
Right.
But yeah, it's still a lot of growth, and I appreciate that challenge as well, not just the physical stuff. The
social growth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because again, like at the time when like my mom passed, like I really like shut everybody up.
I can imagine.
Like not even on purpose. It's just like I don't know how to talk to people without bringing that up.
Right. Right.
So to avoid doing that, I just stopped talking. To people.
Talking.
So coming here and having people like force me to be social.
Oh, they so nice in here.
That came out bad.
No, it's true. You ain't coming to Passport like, hey.
Yeah,
Literally.
like and like yeah, it helped a lot. So yeah, I
Great.
really appreciate that.
That's great.
So, all right, kind of lighten up a little bit. So What's your favorite workout? What's your worst workout as far as in Passport that you love to do or hate to do?
I don't know.
Everybody loves Bulgarians, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
That was funny.
Sure.
That is actually my worst.
I don't know.
right
I like
there.
arm day. I like arms. What I don't like, I don't know.
Oh, you love it all.
I mean, I
love it.
kind of, it's a challenge, right? And as you all can tell, like, I love a good challenge. I tell you all the time, like, no, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna challenge it. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. Let me try it. Let me fail. Let me try it.
Right.
I'm very big on, like, pushing myself to, like,
Yeah, I was here one day. You got really frustrated. Like,
because
you were like,
because I'm very much used to, like, being able to do these things, and I haven't done them in, like, so long. It's
Right.
like,
yeah, you were
I
like,
get
I'm gonna
mad
do
at
it. No,
myself.
I'm gonna do it. Like, it's okay.
you're like, no, but you don't understand. I'm going to do this.
Yes.
So, like, I'm very
and you
hard
did
on
do
myself.
it.
And I
You
did, right?
You did it. You did
Hated
it.
myself. But we got it done.
We got it done.
We got it done.
You got it done. How about you, B?
For me, I live for Circuit Friday.
Oh,
Okay.
Circuit Friday is my thing. Like,
Wow.
anybody who's here will tell you, like, the sled used to kick me. It used to kick my butt.
Yeah, it still does.
Yeah,
Troy says all the time, you don't, it does get easier, you get better.
Yeah.
You know, and that's it. I live by that because I can still grab that band and do the leg
Band
walks
walks,
and
yeah.
that, and it's like
Still
it
feel it.
tears every time. Like I'm like, it has to get
Every
easier
time.
at some point. I've been at this for years now, and it's like, well, I was yesterday. I was like, okay, this still hurts really bad. Like, yeah. So that,
yeah.
Cool. All right. What's your favorite post-workout meal or treat that you guys do after your workouts? Is there something? Hopefully it's not Burger
I'm a
King.
big no.
Sneaking in that parking lot.
I eat a Whopper
Listen, I
Junior
haven't
every
had
Double pickles.
fast food this year.
You have not?
And that is I
Good
love
stuff.
me some
That
Chick-fil-A.
is
I have
awesome.
not had fast
Congrats.
food
Okay.
this year.
Nice.
How you feeling after not having fast food? You feeling better?
I am. So it's funny. For Valentine's Day, we went out to dinner, and we went. So where did we go?
Linwoods.
No, we didn't. That's our
That's my
anniversary spot.
favorite.
Oh, we went to
That's my favorite place.
we
in
do
the
love
whole world.
Linwood.
That's our anniversary. We had our first date there.
lobster
Yeah, my
tempura?
wife love Linwood.
lobster tempura?
It's the
What?
best. It's the best.
It used to be called
It's a treat.
Stanford Kitchen, but it's
Oh, yeah,
called something
Glenwood's
different
now.
Yeah.
We went to
Yes.
Glenwood's, and I got a steak, potatoes,
Nice.
and I ate it and was like, "This is not worth it. This is not worth the calories."
Oh,
The
wow.
mac and cheese, like normally, obviously,
All
I
in.
got it to 160 when I was pregnant. Like I was
Right.
an eater, and like I try, and even then, like it's not fast food. It's just like my palate is so different now that like
Yeah.
even eating fast, even eating like cooked,
Just
it's just
stuff that you
didn't-
know.
I was eating and it was like, this is not worth the calories. Like,
Nice.
because now I'm like watching my calories and like watching my stuff, right? So now I'm eating this and I was like, I'm gonna have to take this home. Like
Yeah.
this can be if maybe DJ, maybe our son don't want this, or maybe the baby want it. But like
Right.
for me, like eating this, it's not worth losing what we did in the gym. Because it was a Wednesday. I'm like, yeah, we went to the gym on
I
Wednesday. I'm like,
feel
and now I'm
you.
eating this mac and cheese, and it's not even that great. And
Yeah.
like, I can't do it no more.
Can't do it. Right.
I can't
Because
do
now it's become, and I say this all the time, for you guys, it's become like brushing your teeth. It's just what you do. You know, when it becomes just what you do, like 80-20 is like, sometimes the cheats are just not even worth
They're
it.
not worth it. So it's like I
Yeah.
wasted my freaking calories for the day. Like I saved my calories. I'm like, I'm gonna get this steak. It's gonna be
Right.
great, right?
That's like when I was on my
Joke was on
journey,
me.
Troy, we had agreed that I could cheat on the Super Bowl. Got to the Super Bowl and I was like, Troy, I can't do it.
Yeah.
He was
Surprised me,
like,
nope.
yeah, I said, he was like, no, we agreed. You can't do this. It's legal. You can
It's
feel
legal.
comfortable with it.
Get a pass,
Yeah,
right.
Get a pass. We agreed. I was like, nope.
No, it just it
can't.
don't feel good,
Yeah.
right? And like it just doesn't. Even like eating the chips and things like that, like it's just not the same for me anymore. And it's only been since January 1. It's mid.
And see, when you
March.
say that, like people don't think that's real. Like they don't think that you can mentally and physically get to a point where that becomes your norm. You know, and it's like, whereas though I think about the fact that I used to eat bad every day. Like
Correct.
you said, we was eating Burger King every day. I remember that.
Twix, candy. I
Cheesesteaks,
love sweets.
This,
Yes.
McDonald's in the morning, breakfast, this in the afternoon. And that. So it's like to hear you make that transition, that's amazing. And just letting people know that, it can be just that. Just eating right.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
But one of the last questions. So what are some of the goals that you all are working on now for yourself physically?
I want to gain more muscle.
Nice.
I recognize that I am fireable on my 6-pack days. That's never going to happen again.
Hey, never say never.
Hey.
No, I was miserable.
Mike,
I
you
was
got Mike there?
miserable.
Oh, during
I
that
was
time
in the.
frame?
I met him in like the best shape of my life. Like I was in the gym doing 3-a-days. Like I cut. Like I was eating for like nourishment, not for like I had the packs. And when I tell you I was miserable,
Right.
I was miserable. So I will not do that again. But
Right.
like I recognize that like I could if I want to, right? Like if I sat down and was like, I want abs by Christmas, I know with my mindset I can
Right.
have abs by Christmas, right?
Absolutely.
I want to when I first joined, I originally was like, I need to lose weight because that's what everybody's goal
Right.
was, or at least that's what I thought. Is that I need to lose weight, I need to get under 200, and then I started working out. I started coming in here, and I realized like I was getting bigger, like with muscle.
Right.
And I was like, no, I think I like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I
because addictive.
and I think I can do it. Like originally I was worried about being able to maintain that because when you want to gain that kind of muscle, you got to like, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of eating. It's a lot of, you know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Yeah. And I think coming here, the times that I come in here and changing the way to eat the way I did, I think I can maintain and keep that kind of muscle gain. So I want to get back to 220,
Nice. Okay.
but just muscle.
Yeah, man, we were talking about that.
Yeah.
And you were like, I'm a little nervous, but
Yeah.
yeah. And I understand. That's,
Yeah.
you know, that's a lot of maintenance. But
Yeah.
I think when I put on like a good 10 pound of muscle, I was like,
Yeah.
Just seeing it on the scale where it's like, I'm used to 190 and I understand saying 205, but
Yeah.
I like the way I look though, but it's different, you know, so it's a transition.
And that's
you know?
one of the things Jay told me. He was like, because you're not trying to like, I'm not trying to be 130. Like, I'm cool with being like 138 to 142. Like, that's fine for me. That's a nice sweet spot. He's like, you're going to go up. He's like, you're probably going to go up.
Absolutely.
He's like, but don't panic. And the same thing he told me too. He was like, ignore the scale for a minute.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
the scale weightly and weekly is great. He's like, but
it.
like, don't
Just
get
do
too
it.
trapped into that scale because you'll come home and you'll be like, I gained a pound.
Right.
He's like, okay, but how much was that muscle? He's like, oh, okay, I guess you're right.
Absolutely.
Like, right.
And
like,
how do you look? Troy
Right.
always check me like, but how do you look? You know, look at yourself. You know,
But
take
now you
pictures.
get into the size 6 jeans you haven't worn in like a year,
Yeah,
right?
come
so now I
on.
was like, yeah, you
Inches.
gained weight, but like you're able to get into these clothes, and I could be in Vegas, and I would be comfortable in Vegas.
That's awesome.
There it is.
That's awesome.
All right. So, what are some last parting words that you want to leave people with? Advice,
Yes, it's
anything
fitness
that you
journey,
have? Yeah.
marriage,
Just do it.
families, kids, anything.
Put yourself first.
Ooh,
Put yourself first.
it's a great one.
You have to step out. Like I said, I fully admit that I got lost in being a wife and being a mother, and it was miserable. So jump and grow wings on the way down. Like you have to be able to put yourself first, whatever it can be. Because I can promise you, this is gonna sound terrible. He was going to the gym Monday, Wednesday, Friday, regardless to what was happening in the world. And it'd be like, well, what about me? I want to go out and do these things. He was like, what's stopping you?
Ooh,
Right? So he's gonna go out to the gym regardless. He's gonna go to the gym.
right.
Depending on the emergency with the baby, something like that, he's gonna go to the gym, right? So like I need to be like, I'm gonna do, whether it be the gym or whatever it is I'm doing, I'm going to do it regardless. Come hell or high water. So as selfish as it sounds, you have to kind of be selfish sometimes. You have to be selfish in order for you to grow as a couple. So I think it works. He's being selfish with going to the gym, and he taught me that it's okay to be selfish and go to the gym and like get out the house, because apparently you want me out the house.
Can you get away from me, please?
Brian trying to get on the game.
Take a break.
But yeah, she's not joking in regards to that. Like I will come home some days and I'll have a rough day, and I'll be like, damn, baby, had a rough day at work. I'm not feeling good, kind of tired. And she'll be like, yeah, maybe you should skip the gym today. And I'm like, nah.
See you in an hour.
Nope.
See you in an hour.
Not doing it. Not gonna happen.
I have to stop him. He's been sick, and I feel like you cannot go. He's like, I'm like, no, but you're literally, the baby got you sick. You cannot go to the gym.
Yeah, if I'm not here, it's because I'm sick. That's literally
And
it.
even then, he's in the basement on the Peloton doing
Yeah.
something. Like, he's still working out. He just may
Nice.
not be here with y'all, but he's
Right.
still in that basement
I
doing
love it.
something. So, like, put
It's the
yourself
way of
first.
life now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Parting words, I'll say realgameclick.com.
Come on.
Put it out there, please.
Please put the plugs. Yes.
But I will say that for me, this is not work. So a lot of people will like avoid this because they'll think it's hard and think it's work, and it is hard. But to me, it doesn't feel like work. Wow. It's to a point where it's just a part of my day now. Like I look forward to doing this.
Wow.
So you just got to do it. You got to get over that hump, and you're going to get to the point where it's just a thing you do.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Got anything else?
Coach.
I see you in the morning.
Be here. First I just want to thank you all for coming out and
Yes.
agreeing to be a part of the podcast. It's fun to learn about our clients because you never really know sometimes much about your clients.
Yeah.
You know, you get to hear certain things here and there, and I appreciate that you guys have been open to, spreading about your life and what you've been going through, and also supporting us, and being a part of the family of Passport Fitness. So I want to personally say thank you. Appreciate y'all coming out. Looking forward to, more working out together, more progress together,
Yes.
and y'all reaching them goals. I need y'all on that wall up there. So
Yeah.
y'all keep working.
Absolutely.
Coach Mike.
Hey, ditto. I mean, you said it great. Like, it's amazing to see the journey. The story blew me away. I mean, sometimes you just don't know. And to hear your story, to hear you just stumbled upon the gym, like, that was just mind blowing to me. And to know, like, at that time it was needed. I just always really think of just how God sends signs and things happen for a reason, So to know you just was walking and stumbled upon it, and now you're here as a family, being selfish for yourselves, to be able to function as a family, like that right there taught me a lot. So thank you guys for that lesson. And, I know this episode is just going to bless so many people, so many couples, just to see a family and, your perspective on how this thing has helped. So
y'all
thank
amazing.
you guys so
Yeah,
much.
y'all
Appreciate you. Like, wow, what an episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all amazing couple. Love seeing
Absolutely.
some black love.
Absolutely. Black love.
Gab, you didn't plug your podcast?
Yeah, give us
Oh.
the info.
So we are Lip Gloss and Ladders.
Okay.
You can find us on YouTube and all social media.
I love it.
Love it.
All right. Did you do yours officially?
RealGameClick.com. You go there and it's going to give you the links to everything.
All right,
Please
guys.
go support and follow.
That's it, y'all.
All right, we out.
We out.
I'm bob my head like I can hear
Yeah,
it.
just bop.
Just bop.
Beat, yo, you a beat. You got it. I gotta learn what you do.